You're listening to Co-operative Multiplayer. The official podcast of the 4-in-1 Game Zone.
Hello and welcome to another Co-operative Multiplayer Live. This is number 110, and I am your host, Sean Garmer, and of course this is the official 4-in-1 Game Zone podcast. And with me today is my usual co-host, Mr. Marc Morrison.
Howdy.
Well, how have things been going? It's been about, I want to say, like 10 days.
Yeah, about a week and a half.
Anything crazy going on, or?
No, I'm looking forward to that Jessica Jones show. That's about it.
Yeah, it's on tomorrow, isn't it? Or, well, it releases tomorrow.
Yeah.
You gonna watch them all at once, or what are you gonna do with it?
I mean, I'll take my time a little, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I usually try. I still need to go back and watch the rest of
Daredevil?
Daredevil.
I didn't watch that, so I may start that first.
Yes. I figured you would have, but yeah.
I heard about Daredevil, so
Ah, okay.
I just have to have a passing interest in the character to watch it. That's why I kind of don't watch Arrow, even though I watch The Flash a lot.
Ah, yeah. See, I haven't watched either one because I'm not that big of a DC person. But
Like
everybody keeps telling me to watch it.
I watch The Flash. The only episodes of Arrow I watch are like the crossover episodes.
Okay.
And the one that my friend directed like a few weeks ago. So
How was that?
it was fun. Like I didn't know that was good, but she did well directing it.
Ah, okay. Well, there's been quite a few things since last time we did the show last Monday. There's been, yes, I know that Direct is about a week and a half old, or a week now, or a week old now, but we still got to talk about it. We haven't been able to. We did do a 4PC that was pretty much focused around that, but not everybody listens to this, reads that, or vice versa, so we will take our time talking about that. We've also got, we spent time with some games, and we'll get into that in just a little bit, but Kotaku had a nice little article about the realities of gaming journalism. When you want to be a journalist, the things that can happen to you, or happen to your company for that matter, and, the reason why sometimes we get a lot of flack as far as gaming journalism goes of being too soft on the games, and why. Because, the reality is we could lose those games that we're reviewing, and then somebody has to actually go out, especially for those smaller companies like us, that, if you have to go out and spend $60 on a game, that's a big deal. For some of these bigger companies, spending $60 on a game is not that big a deal. But because most of them have to go buy it for their own personal use anyway. So, they're usually already buying the copy as it is. But, for us it's a bigger deal. And we'll also talk about some other things. There's a few other news and notes that have come out. Tomb Raider, the movie, has a director now, and we'll get into that too. But let's start with our games that we played, and we both played a pretty big one. You got both of your copies in. I guess you'll have to tell me if you finally got to sell that PS4 version or not, and I got to rent it for about 4 days. How's Fallout 4?
It's good. I haven't played it too much though, because I have other games to review, so I've been kind of trying to focus a little more on those at the moment. I just finished one of them though, which is good. I'm about 7 years into Fallout. I haven't even hit Diamond City yet, which says something. Just kind of been exploring the upper landscape, trying to hammer out that stupid settlement system a little. Like, I know it can be good, but and if I don't know why, and it's not explainable at all. And I just hit like the first kind of major, or like not major, but like good side quest of like helping the Brotherhood of Steel out in the Cambridge like police station. And like trying to get them help, which is fine.
But as far as like the game, does it? I've heard a lot of people say it feels like Fallout 3, just on a new system, and with some new stuff peppered in here and there. Is that the feeling you have, or?
Well, it's now a shooter, and because Fallout 3 wasn't, that helps. Like you can actually play it like a shooter. Like you still go into VATS a lot, or at least I do, just because it's a fun system. Yeah, some of the systems are pretty much the exact same. Like lockpicking is the same. Computer hacking is exactly the same. That's not necessarily bad though. They were fun the first one, or third one, I should say. Yeah, I mean it's a prettier Fallout, prettier than Fallout 3. It's a lot bigger, it seems. But yeah, the same game, more or less. But like some stuff works differently. Like the whole crafting mechanic is insane, and like power armor is pretty different. And yeah, you know, it works.
Yeah, I mean, this was pretty much. I dabbled in a little bit of Fallout 3, but not a whole lot, and I played a little bit of the first one, which has nothing to do. Really, it doesn't have a whole lot to do with the you know, it's just the you know the base concept of like the story foundation is there in the first one. That's about it. You know.
Yeah.
So like Fallout 4 was really my first like Fallout game, and this is coming from somebody that didn't really play, you know, Skyrim or anything like that. So, like my only game that I kind of really got hooked into like that was like Kingdoms of Amalur, and that's because the combat on that game is awesome. But you know, this I kind of got in tune with the whole. I like the story.
Yep.
It's really one of these games where if you're one of those people that you don't have a lot of time to play games, this is definitely a game you don't want to sit there and go through, because I wasted 2 hours trying to figure out what thing I wanted to build in my little house, or not my settlement, but like where you go back to where you used to live.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there, this is the first time you can go back to like where the workshop is, and if you have enough scrap parts or whatever, you can start building things, and I'm sitting there trying to figure out what I want to build, and yeah, you can easily waste 2 hours doing that. Or just exploring and searching through places, because you want to go through every building and make sure you're not missing a part for something. And yeah.
I went through a shopping mall, or a grocery store last night. It was full of ghouls, so I had to put all of them down.
Yeah, I got about to, because there was a day I had it that I pretty much couldn't play it at all, which kind of sucked, because I had to pay $3 for a day I couldn't even play the game. But I basically got to the part where you get the power armor the first time, then I had to take it back, because at that point I'd already paid $12. I was like, oh, I'm paying for like a fifth of the game at this point. You know, I plan on buying it later, but I'm still trying to fight myself to like not use that GameStop credit card and go buy it right now.
Yeah.
Well, I just know I've got too much stuff to do. So
I think, like I told you, just wait until like Black Friday, because it'll probably be on sale somewhere.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
it won't be like $20, but it'll probably be 40, or at least somewhere.
Yeah, 40 is a good improvement.
Like I think WWE 2K16 is hitting like that day. That
always seems to happen. No matter how good or bad the game is, they always wind up hitting it down to 30.
Yeah. What else? I've been playing StarCraft 2. I got that for review, and it's because I got my collector's edition, and then Adam was like, "Do you want to review StarCraft?" I was like, "Sure." So he emailed me the code, and I gave it to a friend for Christmas gift.
Nice.
I haven't played too much of it. It's a very good game, but I don't like how some of the missions are built. Because every mission feels like they're running you into the next one. Or it's open on a timer. And when I like to play those games, I like to turtle up. Like I like to build a big piece with like a bunch of defenses and build a big army. And in this game, at least in the missions I've seen, you just don't do that.
That's weird, because that's how a lot of the game, just playing the first one. That's how the first one was
Yeah.
built. That's how.
Like, there were very few missions in the first one that had, like, a timer on it.
Right.
And, I'm only, like, 5 or 6 missions in, but, like, half the missions have a timer. Like, one of them is, like, you're on, like, a base in midair, or, like, mid-space. And it's plummeting to the ground, and you have to repair every, like, you have, like, a 10-minute counter. And then if you repair there's 5 engine bays. And if you repair one of them, you get like 5 more minutes of the timer. And it's like, I know what you're trying to do, but this isn't that much fun because there's not a strategy involved. I'm just kind of pumping out units as fast as I can, and just like rushing them to the like next engine to repair it.
That's really. I mean, why do you think they're doing that for? What do you think the change in having a timer so much?
I think because they think that it will add like drama or like more mission variety. It kind of does, but it's at the loss of just like strategy. Like it's not thinking that much. You're just trying to rush constantly. And it's like, why should I build up like the High Templar like part because I'll never use them.
Right, exactly. It's one of those where you won't. Those higher things that you're gonna go for, unless they're put into the mission, you're not gonna get to them.
Yeah. What else? I just reviewed Galaxy on Steam or PC. I liked it, but it's too hard for my stupid brain. It's just a very.
What do you mean by that?
It's like a bullet hell type of shooter, and I typically don't like those that much. It has like a bunch of like aspects to it too. Like you find blueprints and items, and they kind of carry over from death to death. But I just have bullet hell shooters, and then this one, it's 2D, but you can move in any direction. But you have momentum, so like if you're going in a direction and you turn, you don't stop or anything. Like you keep going, or it's like that. It's a fine game if you like that type of like kind of hard shooter. I say go for it. I think I gave it a 7.5. Like my review said, like I didn't beat this game. I didn't even come close to beating it. Like there are 5 like levels. I only got to the second one. But it looks cool. Like your ship turns into a cool mech. That's neat. And the final game I'll talk about before I hand it over back to you is Van Helsing Final Cut.
Yeah,
like trilogy. They're all compacted into one game. That sucks. This is coming from someone who liked the first Van Helsing game. First off, it's buggy. I'm supposed to review it, but I can't because I can't make it past like the first area because the boss is just invulnerable. Like it bugged out.
Wow. Do they know that? Like, is that something they're working on, or?
No, I mean probably, but there are tons of bugs like in every other game, so they're probably just like screw it. There are 6 character classes because in the first Van Helsing game there were no character classes whatsoever, and you could spec in a direction you wanted, but you still had access to everything. Like you also could weapon switch, so you could go between like a sword and a gun, but then you can also have magic spells or stuff like that. This game you can't weapon switch, and you pick a class and that's it, and it's basically like melee fighter, ranged fighter, like magician. One's an enchanter, I think. One's a summoner. One's an engineer, but there's no variety in that anymore because you're just specking out in like one single tree direction. So it's not fun, and you can't weapon switch. So what's the point? And the game is also have an insane. It requires 35 gigabytes worth of space.
Wow,
that's nuts. Diablo 3 only requires 25.
Jeez, why so? Is there anything that really would
make
it to where it needs to be that big?
I talked to Adam, and it's probably because they're compacting 3 games into one.
Oh.
But like, the games aren't that big, or they shouldn't be at least. Like, there's only at least in the first Van Helsing game, there's only 4 or 5 maps. I mean, they're huge, but it's not like a Diablo where there were 40 locations or anything. It's like, why is this so damn big?
Right.
I won't be reviewing that, thankfully. I can uninstall it as soon as I get done talking. It's not worth buying, I don't think. If you like Diablo games, I would say just buy the first one. It's $15 or probably $10. I say go for it.
Okay.
So what have you been playing?
I played, Fallout, and I kind of already, said my piece on it. I really enjoyed it. I'm still sitting here, again, still fighting myself as to whether I want to go back and buy it or not right now. I'd probably do what you said and just wait till it comes out or on Black Friday. And it sucks that we don't have, Kmart doesn't have games anymore. I could easily just pick it up there, but I'll be working, I'm sure, so it'll be more difficult for me to take care of that. But either way, it's a great game. I think the people that are complaining that it's Fallout 3 in a different, look or whatever, I think you're finding things to be negative about. It's a great game. It's going to win Game of the Year, some people, and it's going to be deserving of it. I think, sometimes I don't know how you feel about it, like the people that are complaining that there's nothing really new or revolutionary about the game. Like, does every iteration have to be? I mean, this is not I don't know, because Fallout doesn't come out all the time. So, where do you land on that? Like, that there's nothing totally, oh my god, you've got to play it because of this thing. Marc?
I think it's good, but who knows? I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's really weird to me, that's what people want to complain about, that, hey, there's not this, look, not everything can be Shadows of Mordor and come out with something that they basically made a game that we've seen many times before, but they found a new system to put in it, and therefore it was winning all the, it won our Game of the Year and all that stuff because of the Nemesis system, and that's great. But sometimes it takes, another time with the game for you to find those things that make it great. Still been playing more, Rock Band 4 is about to come up with their December 8 update that's going to have the Rock Band 3 export in it. It's going to have more competitive stuff for people that are in the competitive thing. And been playing more Yokai Watch and just the games I kind of already had, so still kind of trying to work my way through those. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, even though, let's get into this first, because this came out more today, and we'll get into Nintendo stuff in a second. And I know some of this might be a little bit inside baseball to some people, and they may not care, and apologize if you don't, but...
Go screw yourselves.
It's there is a fast forward button that you can use if you're listening not live. Either way, I mean, so, Kotaku comes out with this article saying that they have been blacklisted by Ubisoft and by Bethesda, and they didn't get review copies for Fallout 4 and Assassin's Creed. I think one of their, very remote freelancers got it, so they were able to have some coverage for it, but they themselves didn't get it in the office, and that's because they reported on leaks that let everybody know about the game a year or 2 years early, so we kind of knew it was coming before it was supposed to really be announced. And I kind of agree with them in a way that we live in an age now where everything gets leaked. I mean, whether you want it to or not, how many games now get leaked because of a Amazon listing, and all of a sudden we don't see them go, okay, well, we're not going to put it on Amazon. Because they're stupid if they don't put it on Amazon, right? It doesn't matter if Kotaku themselves don't get a review copy. It's not going to really hurt anybody but Kotaku and the readers of Kotaku or whatnot. But like, I think that that's a little, like, selfish and kind of naive of the gaming industry to just think that nothing is going to get reported on. If somebody comes in with a leak, you know, maybe you need to go try to find out where the leak is from instead of blasting the people that are just reporting journalism. I mean, I think it's more important sometimes to report things the way they're supposed to be and not just, oh, hey, we're going to not talk about anything bad in this preview or anything like that because we may not get the game when it comes out.
I agree with that in principle, but also Kotaku sucks. So, like for every article, I told you, for every article they write, they have 20 ones that just clickbait or have nothing to do with like what games are.
Right, they do a lot of stuff like anime and stuff that has nothing to do with games.
So, like, I mean, I do agree with that in principle, but trying to defend like Kotaku, like if it was, you know, like a giant bomb, for example, where they actually have standards, or even like, you know, GameSpot or IGN, that'd be fine. But they, like, Kotaku just is like running to the ground constantly, and I mean for good reason.
Right. I mean, I can understand that point. Like,
but I think
so where do you like? Okay, so let's say you're the one that's in charge of making that decision. Where do you go with that?
I actually probably would, like, I think, like, the big thing was, like, Assassin's Creed Victory. I probably actually would have held off on that, at least for a little while. Like, maybe not until they were ready to announce it, but they didn't announce it. I mean, they, like, leaked it, like, months in advance. Like, they announced...
yeah, like, right after...
Like, they leaked it, like, a week after Unity came out. And it's like...
Exactly.
Well, don't you think that's going to have an adverse effect on Unity? Like, granted, that game sucked, and like the bugs and game design didn't help. But then going, oh, here's the next one already. It's like, well, then why the fuck would you care about this one?
Right. Yeah, especially if this one's bad. Like, you know, okay, well, I can just wait a year because so many people do that now. I mean, there are obviously tons of people that still buy games at launch. Let's, you know, the records show it. Fallout 4, I think, said they had sold almost 5 million already, like shipped to store.
Yeah.
They sold almost 2 million digitally. I mean, so it's not that people aren't buying things digitally, but the people that don't have the money, they don't have a problem waiting. And that's a thing. That's until GameStops and all that stuff's not around, you're going to get that because it'll be $30 either Black Friday or it'll be $30 not too long after, like, you know, 4 or 5 months after, it'll be at least 40. It'll be 50 if somebody already turns it in pre-owned, like now. So, I mean, just that's the thing. Like, people are willing to wait, and if you tell them, okay, well, there's already going to be a better Assassin's Creed game next year, if you're willing to play Unity, wait till it's cheaper, unless you get it with, like, the Xbox One bundle, and you say, okay, well, I'll just wait till Syndicate comes out, which, by all intents and purposes, Syndicate's better. You know, you talked about it last time, and I can gotta understand your point on that, too, but, like, the Fallout one, you know, I understand that Bethesda feels like, well, why are you reporting on a leak? It's not found. I mean, it's not reported by us. It's not official, whatever, but everybody does it, you know. We all, I mean, yeah, they're sourced. Everybody else is sourced to Kotaku, so they don't have to be the ones that get in trouble. But to me, I feel like it's really not that big a deal. And why is it hurting? If anything, now more people are interested and want to see things about the game and stuff instead of, like, didn't we all want a Fallout 4 to come out? Like, I don't understand what the big deal is with that. Like, do you kind of see, like, what would Bethesda really need to be mad about?
I'm not sure. Bethesda's a really weird, like, closed off company. Like, there's never any, like, big leaks, like, or big news stories about them. Like, I think they would prefer it that way, kind of like Rockstar.
Right.
That's probably where they're coming from. Like, they don't want, like, misinformation to get out there that they don't have control of.
So at the end of the day, should there be more people like Kotaku where they're trying, not saying that they need to report every leak that comes out, because there's some that are just terribly unfounded and they're not true, and we see this at other times, other types of media where they report anything that comes along, and a lot of times they have to get knocked back a peg when they're completely wrong. But would you want to see more of this kind of thing in gaming? Because we do have a lot of this where everybody's so overly positive, and sometimes you'll get a review and it's like, man, I felt like I learned there. Maybe there isn't anything negative about the game, but I feel like I played this game and this review is totally whack, or they didn't say anything like anywhere like negative about it, even though there are problems, or they try to, or they go the other way and they're completely negative, and they don't try to be objective at all either. So, like, where do you draw that line as far as when to report it, when you don't?
I mean, I can't answer that too well because I don't report news on like 401. I just do reviews. Generally, when I write a game review, if the game isn't out yet, I'll try to gauge people, like for other reviewers that I know, to see what they think, like on Twitter or maybe Facebook. If it is out, I'll try to. I'll generally look at other scores. Like I'll write the review, but I'll look at other people's scores to see like where does my score fit in with theirs. And if it's like a weird outlier, I may look at my piece again or look at theirs to see what if they missed or what they have or vice versa. There are a few games I did that with. I can't remember what they were, but I had like weird. I think Left Browsers was one where I didn't like that. Like I thought it was a fine game, and it's like a little 2D like plane shooter game. But there were reviews coming out though. It's an amazing game, and it's like, it's fine. But I think I gave it like a 7. Like it had good music, but
right.
At the end of the day, it's just like whatever you feel on the game is ultimately the most important.
Right. I mean, I'm the same way. I kind of do that too. I mean, I think ours is a little bit different because a lot of times, for the rare one that we do get early, that's really, really rare. We get them that day they come out, or a couple days after, or a week after, 2 weeks after. And so it's either we have to be really fast with it, or we have to take the time and say, okay, well, we're going to let this be a month old, but we're going to sit there and have different things that where we spent 2 weeks with it, and be able to say, okay, well, this is what we like, this is what we didn't like. Some of these guys, they get it that day, they have to play it for like 4 or 5 hours and go, okay, here's a review.
Yeah.
And that's really a lot of time. There are games, obviously, you can beat in 2 or 3 hours, and it's no big deal. There are games that there's no way in 4 or 5 hours you're going to be able to tell me what's really great about the game or not. And that's where you have to make your own decision as a consumer and say, okay, do I trust what this guy is saying, this girl is saying? And as far as the news goes, I come from a hard news background where, the thing that I was taught from was not video games exclusively. And so, like, we're taught whenever there's something substantial out there, you report it. And as long as you have the facts to back it up and the sources to back it up, you report it. As far as gaming goes, that's just the editor has to make that call, or the owner has to make that call and say, okay, well, we're going to risk it and we're just going to do it. If we don't get a copy of this game, then it's whatever. We'll buy it and we'll get the review out a couple days later, but it is what it is. I think as far as I think, I know IGN and GameSpot and whatever, they want to keep those relationships as good as they can, because especially with IGN, with their IGN first thing, they don't want to destroy any of those kind of things sometimes. And a lot of times you won't see them being the hard news people. They'll be the ones that are just tell you about the game, and maybe they'll wait till the review to be a little harsh or something, which you have a little bit more leeway with because it is your personal opinion and not the whole website's. But it is what it is. I think people are they're totally being on the side of the publishers are a little bit naive on that point, because you have to see it from the other people's side too. I think you lie somewhere in the middle at the end of the day. I agree with you. Maybe Kotaku made a mistake on the whole Assassin's Creed thing, but I think Bethesda's a little bit whack on hating them for Fallout 4, because it's not like the game's suffering at all right now. So, that being said, let's get into this Nintendo Direct, which there was a lot.
You just need to go. You just need to go join TMZ and be done with it. To be fair, Kotaku is pretty much like the TMZ of the video game world.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's not like there's a million of those out there for gaming. So, if you have that one TMZ as opposed to all the other websites that are sometimes very similar, that's kind of okay, you know, because
you would say that
those websites take from Kotaku and report it anyway. Yeah, but anyway, let's get into this Nintendo Direct. Probably the biggest announcement as far as a actual game, and all the games that they talked about were already announced. So it's not any other than the reveal that was already revealed if you read gaming media at all, but Zelda Twilight Princess HD is in fact coming. It's coming in, I think, March of 2016 to kind of tide you over to whenever Zelda Wii U does come out. And I'm sure that game will receive a port on the NX whenever that does come out. If it does come out in 2016, you can bet your bottom dollar it'll be there at launch. But that being said, I mean,
Twilight Princess is a bad game. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Like, it's probably their easiest to do an HD remake of, because you can't do that with like Majora or Ocarina or any of the older ones.
Well, but Majora and Ocarina already got them on the 3DS. I don't think they're going to remake them for...
Yeah, I mean, you could just port them over, though. I mean, you could just slap them both into like one combo disc and say, screw it, here you go. But trying to blow that up from like a 480 resolution or whatever the hell the 3DS screen is to, you know, whatever the Wii U screen would not be good. But
no, especially if they want to get it into the anywhere near the 1080p. No.
But yeah, that kind of bummed me out. I was like, no, I don't want to. Like, people are gonna play that again. Hopefully they'll realize.
Are you coming from the Wii version or the GameCube version?
I played the GameCube version. Like, I didn't like. The Wii version, I should say. Like, I know the controls are bad because they, you know, it was just like waggle the stick, or waggle the remote to swing your sword, and that's dumb. But I mean, from a fundamental game design, like Twilight Princess is a bad game.
Why do you say that?
Because you spend like 3 to 4 hours in that opening town. Like, I beat that game. I can't remember a damn thing about it. I know you had to put together a mirror, and the little imp thing on your back is like the princess of like the Dark World, I think, if I remember right. But once I started having to wrangle cows or like rams that were going on the hill, that lost me. And that was like an hour into that game. And I was like, nope.
Yeah, I remember that. I just couldn't, like, I couldn't play it on the Wii. Like, yeah. I just, that's all I had was the Wii, and I couldn't play it on that system because of all the motion controls you had to do with it.
Yeah.
So, it might be one of those things where, because of the announcement of the Super Smash and Splatoon bundle, I might actually really buy a Wii U this time. And it might be one of those where I'm going to wait till the reviews come out or whatever and see if I want to buy it or not. But do you think it's going to do well as far as like for the Wii U? Is it going to sell a lot of copies or?
I don't think so, because I think people. Well, I think most of the people who have already played that game, they don't want to experience it again, and I can't really see hooking that many more new people. Like Skyward Sword, or not Skyward Sword, like Wind Waker, or what's the one they...
Wind Waker.
Yeah, Wind Waker did, but that had a much more passionate fan base than Twilight Princess, and it's by most accounts a better game.
I mean, I think they had stats out there that Sony had that said like 75% of the people didn't play Last of Us or Uncharted at all, and that's why those got, remastered or whatever.
Yeah.
I would think that Nintendo has some kind of data that says a certain amount of people, especially, coming from the Wii or the GameCube, because if you're going to think about it, Twilight Princess was not the game you buy if you want to show off what the Wii can do. So there was probably a lot of people that didn't buy that game. So that they're probably saying, okay, well, and let's be honest, they also did it because it's the next game in line to get the remake. I think they also, eventually we are going to see a Skyward Sword one, because I think they want to get everybody away from having to use the motion controls to play those games, and you can go back to having more traditional feels for those games too.
I guess honestly, I didn't play Skyward Sword, but I would have wanted that more, because that came out really late in the Wii life cycle, and they could probably hook more people into playing it.
Right, I would agree with that.
But but I think they would have to retool that game a little, because it did have a lot of stupid motion control crap in it.
Well, yeah, they definitely would. It's going to be interesting to see if they're going to let you play both ways for the Twilight Princess, whether you're going to be able to do motion control or you can just play with what are they going to do with the gamepad?
I doubt it. I think it'll all just be the game. I think it'll be like a up-res version of the GameCube version, and that'll all be on the game. All that'll be on the gamepad will be like the maps and inventory screens.
All right, fair enough.
Because I think if the screenshots for the GameCube version, the correct that orientation of Link with the holding the shield with the right hand and using the sword with the left.
Yeah, because he was left-handed in the GameCube version. So.
Yeah.
What do you think about? I kind of want that Wolf Link amiibo though.
Okay.
And it doesn't look cool to you.
No. Oh, that was the other reason I didn't like Twilight Princess. It felt like a Okami ripoff.
Yeah. See, I think something's cool, and Marc goes, "No, I hated it." So, yeah. I mean, there was some Triforce Hero stuff, which I've never played that game, so I couldn't really tell you whether the update's going to be cool or not. The other big thing is Star Fox got a release date now, April 22nd. And it looked better. It looked better than when we saw it at E3, and it looks like they might have changed some of the stuff where you're not having to look at the gamepad and then having to look at the screen and do all that. It looks like they're going to make it a little bit more traditional.
Well, they had to, because I don't think that would have worked practically.
I mean, I can just imagine kids having to do the whole head nod constantly, that would just annoy the crap out of me. I would have taken the game back if that's how they kept it. I mean, it's hard enough already. I remember when they had the game for the what was it, the 3DS?
Kid Icarus?
No, not when they brought the 64 one over and you could do motion controls with the 3DS. It was who's gonna play it like that? Nobody.
I thought you meant Kid Icarus with that stupid right thumbstick thing.
Oh, that was annoying too. But now they kind of have it with the new 3DS. So
yeah,
I mean, it is what it is on that. But I just, for me, I'm a big Star Fox fan, so I just want the game to be good, and I want it to come out eventually. But I'm glad that they kind of took some time with it and said, okay, we got to take this back. And see what people are complaining about.
See, I am in theory a big Star Fox fan. I didn't like the first one on SNES, but I love Star Fox 64. Mm-hmm. With that said, that's the only good Star Fox game.
That's true. It is the only good Star Fox game.
That's depressing when you think about it, because they've made 3 or 4 other ones.
Right. Yeah, it is kind of sad that they never actually sat there and.
They made Dinosaur Planet, which wasn't a Star Fox game at all.
Yeah, that was.
And they made that other one for GameCube that was done by like Namco that sucked, I heard. And it's like that's about it. And they ported the Star Fox 64 over to the Wii or the 3DS, like you said, but that's not a new game. Like that's just
right. Yeah, it's the same game. Yeah.
So it'd be nice if it was good, but given their track record,
right. What do you think about going back to some more they showed more of the what is that damn game? The 3DS version of the Samurai Warriors game. And they have a female Link now called Linkle.
That's awful. You mean damn it, what is that game?
Yeah, I can't think of the damn game name right now. Hyrule Warriors Legends.
Yeah. I heard compared to like Dynasty Warriors, that's actually not a bad game.
Right.
But Linkle is stupid. Just call her
Why?
Link. It's fine. Like I got a feeling the person who named that character was probably the person who also came up with Tingle.
Yeah.
And that is one of the worst characters in gaming, period.
Tingle has this like cult following that I never understand. Does he even do anything?
Well, they made a game. I think they made like a Tingle game, didn't they?
Yeah, I think it was only in Japan or something. Yeah, they did. He's a character in the game too. So
they just like characters with gin blossoms for like probably secret pedophiles.
Oh boy. That's an actually good band though, by the way. So let's not go there. I mean, the game will also come out around the same time as the other the Twilight Princess HD, March 25th. I kind of like that whole like having the Zelda characters in that universe, and it makes it much more interesting than just the samurai and all that. So I'll be sort of interested, but I don't know if it's one of those I'm picking up.
I think the problem, I guess it depends on Hyrule Warriors, like how well it gets ported. Because the thing with that game is that they try to cram like 100 enemies on screen at once, right. And how well is that going to work on the 3DS?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it works fine enough, or they wouldn't have this much gameplay footage of it, so...
Yeah, but, I mean, it'll probably be okay, and people
right.
who like Dynasty Warriors will buy it for some inexplicable reason.
Well, and the biggest reveal of the entire deal was right at the end. They said, hey, we got one more thing for you, and they show a Final Fantasy VII graphic, the music plays, and it's Cloud Strife as a Super Smash Bros. Character. He will be available on both versions, the 3DS and Wii U. There's also going to be a Midgar stage, and then they showed a bunch of footage of Cloud, the character, doing stuff. I mean, how huge is this?
It's pretty big. I think that's probably the biggest news of that event. Cloud is pretty good. I
just love the fact that they had like the original like PlayStation little text and stuff too. Like that's really cool.
They'll probably add more characters. It'd be cool if they had a Sephiroth at least, and they probably will.
I think you kind of have to have Sephiroth at this point now.
Well, the thing they got with like Smash Brothers like later on is they basically started having mirror characters. Like they would have like Fox from Star Fox. He'd be the quick character. Quick but weaker, and then they had like Falco, and he was like stronger, but he was a little slower. And they did that with almost every character. So I imagine they'll have Sephiroth as like Cloud will be like this quicker character, and Sephiroth will be like the more powerful one.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they did it with Kirby and Meta Knight, and then King Dedede, and I think it's because Star Fox you really only have those two characters. I don't think Slippy or
they had like
really work, and they have Wolf too.
Well, I think Wolf got taken out in the new one, but they also had like
They're
Marc.
saying he might be one of the ballot guys, though.
Marc and Roy and all the stupid Fire Emblem characters.
Yeah, Roy's already been announced as a GameStop exclusive for whenever those come out.
But I think my column next week is about the characters that could be in Smash Bros. Or they should be, and I'm thinking like Sora would be cool from Kingdom Hearts. That's about it. No, Mike Tyson would be funny.
Yeah, Mike Tyson would be awesome.
It's other like obscure characters like Crash Bandicoot would be cool.
Do you think they'll make? I have a feeling we'll get Sephiroth and then one of the girls, just to have another female character.
It'd be Tifa because she'd be a good boxer. She'd be like the counterpoint to Little Mac.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That's what I said in 4PC. I know people are gonna say they want Aerith, but I can't see how she works in Smash Brothers like that.
Also, she's not a good character.
No, yeah, that too. But I guess Yuffie could work with the throwing stars and stuff.
Yeah, she's just not that popular though.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Maybe Red 13 is secretly a girl. They can have her in it.
Yeah. Red 13 would be cool. If anything, it'll be either Vincent or Tifa. I think it'll be. The other one. But that's cool. That's because this is the first. Even though technically, the rhythm games, and now Final Fantasy Explorers will be on a Nintendo system. So technically, they are there, but the actual base game that they're from is not on any Nintendo system. So it's cool that Nintendo's branching out like that. Because even Snake was on the GameCube. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they have a whole Smash Brothers Direct that's gonna be in December. I'm sure they're gonna be announcing all the ballot characters or how many they're gonna be.
It'll be 52 new characters. Finally, Waluigi's going to be in the game.
That's so weird that they like just hate on Waluigi that much that he. But yeah, I have a feeling Wolf will be in there, and who knows who else will show up. I've heard some rumors about maybe a Wii U. Because for some reason people want the Ice Climbers back so bad. I don't know why.
They were awful.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. I don't understand why people want them back so badly, but they do for some reason or another. But yeah, I did already talk about Final Fantasy Explorers, which is going to have 21 job classes. And they have a picture out there that has descriptions of all the job classes if you want them, including the 2. It's going to also include all the DLC when it comes to America, and you'll be able to play as Cecil, Lightning, Tifa, Cloud, and a few others. So
I hope janitor is a job class. I'll pick that. It'll be custodial engineer. That'll be it. Attack with the mighty broom.
Right? Yeah, that's exactly what they need. I'm looking at it and I don't think so. But, we can all dream, I guess. They have all the kind of different mages, the machinist, ninja, all those kind of things.
The usual Final Fantasy crap.
Right. So, the blue mage and the samurai are the ones that are DLC in Japan that will be there. When you buy the game in America, which is another one I'm going to be keeping my eye on, obviously, it's supposed to be like Crystal Chronicles meets Monster Hunter, which I'm all for. Fire Emblem Fates got a collector's edition, which should include all 3 games for $80, an art book, and a case. You can still buy each individual version you can buy one of the main games, which is Birthright of Conquest, for $30, and then you can get 50% off, which would mean the other one's $15, and then you can decide if you want the third one on its own. That's roughly about I want to say $25 or around $28 a piece for each game, which means that you're really not saving a whole lot, but you're still getting 3 games for $80.
Yeah.
Are you interested in the Fire? I know you just said you hated all the Fire Emblem characters and.
No, I don't hate them. I just never played the series. I know it's a strategy RPG. That's about it.
Yeah, I am super stoked for this to come out, and I'm also super stoked for Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow to be on the 3DS eShop February 2016. It's going to have wireless trading. Awesome! Thank God we don't have to pull out those link cables that no one has anymore. Man, I would like to have seen them kind of add some color to them.
Maybe it'll be the Game Boy Color version.
Yeah, we're just gonna be one blue color.
Or the Super Game Boy, that was it.
Well, the Game Boy Color just had the. It was either all blue or all red.
Oh.
Or all yellow. But it's gonna be weird to go back to playing black and white graphics after all these years of them being in color now. But I think having the wireless trading is gonna add so much depth to that game now. You're gonna want to go back and play those. I'm kind of excited to be able to play it because you can do it other ways, obviously, but it's not the same because you can't collect them all in one game because of you can't trade without those link cables. So I mean, and the 3DS is pretty much becoming a RPG box. You've got that game, you've got Final Fantasy Fates, you've got Final Fantasy Explorers, and you've also got Dragon Quest 7 and 8 now officially coming to 3DS. You got the Bravely second game whenever that comes out. I mean, just if you're an RPG fan like me, no excuses now to pick up your 3DS.
I've actually never played a Pokemon game for any length of time.
Really?
I think I played one of them for like an hour. It was fine. I got out of the Game Boy right when those games were coming out.
Right.
The only game I played like that was a PS1 RPG called Jade Cocoon.
Okay, yeah.
That was a lot like it. Like you could, capture monsters, but you could also merge them or have them make a baby.
Ah. And
that was cool.
Yeah, Pokemon breeding was introduced in some of the later ones. I just never got into that. It was too much.
Yeah. Well, also, yeah. I mean, Pokemon, it's got too crazy. I think Jade Cocoon, there was basically earth, air, fire, and water. There wasn't
right, yeah.
nothing else crazy.
20 different freaking
elements
Yeah. I'm still waiting for the Pokemon Stadium remaster, which I don't know why they never did that for the Wii U. Should have been done. And also the Pokemon Tournament got a release date as well, which that is another game that I'm really kind of excited because again, Pokemon Stadium was cool. You got to play Pokemon Stadium. You got to play Pokemon the fighting part on a console and got to do that, and then got some cool mini games in there too. But getting to actually do it as a fighting game where there's not the delay, there's no waiting, no turn based, none of that. That's kind of cool. I'm excited to see how that's going to be. And Nintendo did show that Mother 3 is coming to the Virtual Console in Japan, so who knows if we'll get Mother 3 here, because they do have a Lucas amiibo coming out, and he is part of Smash, so wouldn't be surprised if we get it here eventually if they ever decide to localize it. But overall, I thought this was a pretty good Nintendo Direct. I mean, what do you think overall?
I mean, Cloud's the biggest news, but yeah, it's fine. I'm pretty excited for that. The one next month though, with they're talking about Smash Brothers and all the crazy crap they'll introduce into that thing.
Yeah, I want to see what they're gonna do with that because they already set a nice precedent, and you're gonna get a Cloud amiibo somewhere, and I know I'm gonna be scouring a store to buy it, and we'll go right next to my Pikachu amiibo here on my desk. But,
it's all their master plan.
Exactly. I wouldn't be surprised at all if maybe Square should just release them all on there. Just have all them as amiibos. Why not?
Do you ever play a game called Ehrgeiz?
I've heard of it.
Okay. That's a weird game. You should check it out sometime, though. It's pretty goofy.
On
PS1.
That's the fighting game, right? The
Yep.
one that was bad?
No, it's not bad. It's a PS1 fighting game. It's 2D, though. And it has Cloud, Tifa, Sephiroth, I want to say Zack, and maybe Aerith is in it.
Okay.
And a bunch of other just no-name characters. It's pretty interesting.
Should check it out. Yeah, but that does it for the Direct. I think we talked a lot about that there. Life is Strange is getting a box edition. I know you were talking to me about. You were excited about maybe getting it.
Yeah, I actually really like the soundtrack to that game, so I may pick it up just kind of for that. And it's important, I like the game a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you can. Yeah, like you said, like the soundtrack, you'll get an art book, and it'll have director's commentary, so he can talk about why he added certain things to the game, which I'm sure you'll be really interested in. I mean, I still need to get my way through that game, but
Yeah,
I've liked every part of it I've played.
Aren't you missing like 2 episodes or 3 episodes or?
Yeah, I need to go buy them all. Now the freaking last episode of Game of Thrones came out, so I gotta buy that too. And whatchamacallit, they're already making episode 3 comes out next week of the Minecraft story mode. I just finished episode 2 this morning. They just reveal more of the plot. Honestly, that game is, if you don't like the story, there's kind of no point to keep playing that game, because it's really just a big old story. Is what that game is. There's not anything really other than like the light combat elements that are really there for you to just keep playing. And if you like Minecraft,
So
you
it's not
really have to like the story.
It's not as good as like Wolf Among Us or Walking Dead or.
No. I like the story by itself. It's a basic, like, they have conflicts and they're trying to save the world from this thing, and you know, there's just one of the guys that's part of the order is evil now, and all that stuff. I mean, it's fine. It's just, if you don't like the characters that are presented there, you're not gonna like the game. They released the season pass for Rainbow Six Siege, and in which I looked at it and said,
I saw that.
I'm not paying $30.
That's pretty funny, actually. It was like, you get the operators a week early, and you get a custom gun skin, and that's it. It's like,
yeah, and a permanent, like, 5% renown boost.
Yeah.
And, yeah, just, okay, whatever. Some of these season passes, man, I don't understand. Norman Reedus, though, feels like they have done so much with this game, he doesn't understand how they won't do something with Silent Hills at one point or another.
It's because Konami's not making games anymore. That's the big reason.
Right. I mean, he says they hope that they come to some sort of agreement. He has faith that they're going to do something, though, because it seems like it's one of those things that needs to happen. It's like Destiny. It needs to happen.
No, it'll be more like Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah. I mean, you know, to be honest, Del Toro and Kojima said they don't have a problem collaborating again, whether it's on this or something else. So maybe he just needs to wait it out, because I just don't think it's gonna happen.
Or they can just make a movie.
Right? Yeah. Why not do that? That wouldn't be too bad. You know, the other big thing we're gonna do here is the Game Awards. You know, that thing that used to be on Spike that they've increasingly, I don't know if they've made it better or worse, now that it's digital only, really. You can pretty much watch it on your systems.
I think I watched it last year, and it was slightly less embarrassing than it had been.
Yeah, agreed. It was slightly less embarrassing, but it felt like overly long. Like,
yeah,
didn't it go like 3 hours or something like that?
Yeah, was that the one that Joel McHale hosted? Or was that a different one?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, they don't have to have him back on it.
Yeah, exactly.
That was bad. I like Joel McHale a lot. He doesn't give a fuck about games.
Yeah, he looked like he wanted to be anywhere else but there at that point.
You know, I don't blame the guy. It was a paycheck. So he said, screw it. But just have Jeff Keighley host it, or get someone else. Get someone. Don't get Alicia Tyler, because I can't stand her. Also, like,
get what's his name? The guy that hosted it a couple years ago, Zach. The guy from Chuck or whatever.
Zach Levi.
Yeah, he seemed like he was really into
well,
it.
he's like into games at least. I get.
Yeah.
The people I would get would be Tom Middleditch. He's on Silicon Valley. He's the main character. I'd get him.
Yeah.
He likes games. He's moderate money. I mean, he's a comedian.
Yeah. You
Go
know,
for
Tim
it.
Schafer's not that bad. You could have him host it.
Yeah.
Well, let's go through some of these here. Best multiplayer, they have Call of Duty, Destiny, Halo 5, and Rocket League, and Splatoon.
I'd probably see Rocket League or Splatoon.
That's what I was gonna say. I have a feeling one of the other big games is gonna take it though. I'd love for Splatoon to win, but hell, I mean Rocket League would be awesome if it won, but I just can't. I can't see it happening.
See, I mean, they'll probably win, but also Rocket League and Splatoon are at least new.
Right.
Halo 5 is better, and they added some new shit, but it's still Halo. And the same with Call of Duty and the other thing.
Best family game: Disney Infinity 3.0, Lego Dimensions, Skylanders, Splatoon, or Super Mario Maker.
I'd say Infinity. Maybe Mario Maker, though.
Mario Maker is probably going to win. I can't tell you because I've played nil of those games. I did play Mario Maker inside of a Best Buy for a little bit, and it's fun.
That's all you need.
So, there you go. I mean, best fighting game: Rising Thunder, Rise of the Incarnates, Mortal Kombat X, or Guilty Gear Third Sign, whatever.
Zerd. I'd say that or Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat's probably winning just because it's the known game.
I never heard of the first two you mentioned, to put it that way.
I've kind of heard of Rise of the Incarnates. Rising Thunder, not heard of it all. Best RPG: Fallout 4. This is the stacked one this year. No idea what Undertale is, but Witcher 3, Pillars of Eternity, Bloodborne, and Fallout 4.
It'll be between Fallout and Witcher. I would probably say Witcher. That'll probably win. But I would be happy with Fallout personally.
I'd be happy with any of them. Witcher 3 is probably the better RPG because I wound up playing Fallout 4 more like a shooter when I was playing it. Just because I found it easier to play that way. But it is still very much an RPG. You're still gaining levels and gaining all the perks and all that and whatever. So, I mean, they can do what they want with that. I think another...
You know who would be a good host for this thing? Xavier Woods.
Oh, man. Xavier Woods would have a ball with it. I know that much.
Anyway, continue.
But best action: Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Batman: Arkham Knight, Metal Gear Solid 5, Ori and the Blind Forest, and Rise of the Tomb Raider. Oh man, some of these games are going to get shafted because there's so many big games here.
Metal Gear Solid, son. It's winning everything.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid, I think, wins that category. So I still need to figure out if I want to get Tomb Raider or not. And man, don't sleep on Ori and the Blind Forest. If you have an Xbox One or a PC for that matter, it's not very graphically intensive. I still think that's one of the best games of this year. You need to go pick that up.
I got about halfway into it. That game weirdly did not hook me though. I don't know why. I find the map confusing, I guess.
Yeah, the map is confusing. That was the thing I couldn't tell either. It was like, where the hell am I supposed to go here?
Yeah, or if you stop playing it for like a week or two, or even a few months, it's like, where do I go now? Or what do I do?
Yeah, exactly. Best shooter. Pretty much all games we've talked about except for Star Wars.
And that won't win. I'd probably say Halo.
I'd say Halo, but I'd love to see Splatoon win, but it probably
won't.
So here, Games for Change. I've heard Her Story is really good. I haven't gotten to play it yet. Sunset I've heard is really good. There's that Undertale game again, Life is Strange, and Sibel.
I'd hope for Life is Strange, because it's not much different from like a Telltale game, but it's different enough. And they at least try to be different, like a lot more different than like, any of the Telltale crap.
But I think Her Story is probably going to win because it's gotten a lot of, gaming or just non-gaming media attention. I've seen like people just keep talking about it on Twitter and stuff like that. So I would be surprised if that wins. Speaking of best narrative, you got those two games: Tales from the Borderlands, Witcher 3, and Until Dawn. Tales from the Borderlands. Duh, no, That's what I would pick. I'm sure you might still go with Life is Strange, but
Yeah, well, you didn't finish Borderlands, did you?
not yet. But still, from the stuff I've played, I really enjoyed the story.
Yeah.
Um,
I actually do want to try Until Dawn, though. I'm going to pick it up next week during Black Friday if I can. Because it's $20.
Best indie game: Axiom Verge, Her Story, Ori and the Blind Forest, Rocket League, or Undertale. I think Rocket League's probably gonna win, but I think Ori and the Blind Forest deserves to win on that front.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I like Axiom Verge a lot, but that probably won't make it too far.
Developer of the Year: Bethesda, CD Projekt Red, From Software, Kojima Productions, or Nintendo.
It's funny how there's not Konami there. It's just Kojima.
No.
I don't know. I'll probably Bethesda. Maybe CD Projekt Red.
I think Bethesda probably wins. But Game of the Year: Bloodborne, Fallout 4, Metal Gear Solid 5, Super Mario Maker, and Witcher 3. I think all those games will probably be on our top 10 list when we get down to it here in a month.
Except for Bloodborne. No.
Yeah, Bloodborne probably won't be because nobody will have played it that's in our...
Well, did you see that Adam sent out a review request for it?
Yeah.
I almost considered taking it, but then I was like, no. I don't want to play any more of these games.
Did you have the game?
Well, it was ambiguous what he said.
I think he meant you had to have the game because it's the DLC for the game.
Okay, I thought it was like it includes the game. Whatever, I didn't pick it, so who cares?
Right.
I thought it was a code for the game and the DLC, That'd have been cool.
Yeah.
But I'd say I'm Metal Gear Solid 5. It's a garbage story, but the gameplay, it's just too good.
That's what a lot of people keep saying. How could a game win that has that's has a garbage story? But I still think it's still one of those great games for the systems that are out. So I don't know that you can.
You could say the same thing for Metal Gear Solid 4 also.
Right. Wouldn't be surprised if Fallout 4 ones have taken the cake, and don't sleep on Witcher 3 either. I just don't think Mario Maker has enough as a game to say it's a game of the year.
If it was phenomenon of the year, then Mario Maker would win it.
Right, exactly.
And Mario Maker would have won it if they included Mario Brothers 2 stuff in it.
You're probably the only one that really cares about whether or not there's Mario Brothers 2.
It's your fault, Nintendo. Yeah, no. Actually, ever play Mario All-Stars?
Yes, Mario
All-Stars
All-Stars is great.
Yep. I bought a Japanese copy of that thing.
Why?
I was curious. It was only $10, but it has they call Mario Brothers 2 Mario Brothers USA on it, which I thought was pretty funny.
No, oh, yeah, well, that's what it is, right? Because
Yeah.
Mario Brothers 2 for Japan is not the same thing.
Yep.
Does it actually have the Japanese version of Mario Brothers 2 in it?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. So EA finally revealed that they're making an Assassin's Creed style game. More open world, more single player versus multiplayer. It's not been something that we've done really, and that's why they hired Jade Raymond. Do you think? What do you think they can really do with it that we haven't seen? Honestly.
I guess by hiring her, there's kind of some expectation. She's good. She's actually a pretty good. I don't think she's a developer. She's a good manager or producer.
Right.
Because she made a few Assassin's Creed games that are okay. She made Blacklist, which I really liked. Splinter Cell. I think they want to make their own Assassin's Creed game. That would actually be fine. Maybe you could control like John Madden. That'd be kind of funny.
Sure.
If they make it, the only thing I don't want it to be annualized like Assassin's Creed is.
Right. Yeah, they have enough annual games as it is.
Yeah, if they want to make it like a franchise, that's fine. But have it come out once every 2 or 3 years, and also don't wreck it like they have with Dead Space.
Right.
That's my
Or
big fear is
Battlefield, for that matter.
they're going to have like unrealistic expectations for this thing, like out of the gate, and it's like no, like Dead Space 3 kind of got ruined by like EA. Like,
Yeah, because Dead Space 2 was so good.
Yeah, well, then they're like, it's 2 million copies, and it's like, Dead Space 2 only sold like 5, and it's the third game. Like the same thing with Mass Effect 3.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. But you know what? Hopefully, she knows what she's doing, so it should be a good game, and let's see what they make out of it. I mean, something I think we all kind of expected at this point after the whole pre-order debacle and everything else going on with the game. Deus Ex: Mankind Divided delayed until August 2016.
Oops. Wasn't it supposed to be out in March? And
yes,
they had that dumbass like pre-order, enhanced
exactly.
pre-order, or whatever the crap it was called. It's like, yeah.
It's supposed to be on February 23rd, and now it's August 23rd.
Enhance your pre-order even further now.
Yeah, thank God they canceled that thing. So are you going to go get this World of Warcraft 11th year anniversary?
Nope.
Nope.
I think I played it. I get free time occasionally with Warcraft. It give me like 7 days.
Right.
And I play it for 7 days, and then I'm reminded why I don't like to play it, and then I stop.
Well, you can get 2 celebration ones. One that puts a Noel costume on a targeted party member, and one that puts on a Murloc costume. And you can get a Edwin Van Cleef exquisite costume set and an inflatable Thunder Fury.
Everyone likes Van Cleef.
Yeah, if as long as you log in any time before November 30th. So, there you go. If you're into WoW, the Beyond Two Souls PS4 version comes out next week, and the Heavy Rain PS4 version comes out March 1st, 2016. You also get the game for half off if you buy Beyond Two Souls digitally. So,
I have both those games for PS3 and never played them.
yeah, I mean it's one of those really story-intensive games. So
yeah,
it's either you like them or you don't. You know?
Well, I liked Indigo Prophecy a lot, but that's about it.
Microsoft is going to have updates every month for the backwards compatibility thing. And I'm happy that we're going to have Halo Reach and Halo Wars for Xbox One, so I can finally play Halo Wars in my room instead of having to... Because I had to move the 360 and PS3 out to the living room so I could take the other two in my room. And, Call of Duty Black Ops 1, Bioshock 1, 2, and Infinite, and Skate 3 will be the other games. So
Skate 3, the last good skateboarding game.
Right. And Xbox One was the top of the sales for October. It's apparently Xbox One because they don't want to tell you the how much they're selling anymore because I guess it's embarrassing. They saw 81% growth compared to last year in October. Well, duh. That's the last when they did the price drop for the first time, and they've apparently helped drive record Xbox Live usage. So vague, Microsoft, so vague. That being said, Halo 5 Guardians only being on sale since September. Well, no, they was on sale before October. Is number 1. NBA 2K16 is still number 2. Assassin's Creed Syndicate number 3. Madden number 4. WWE 2K16, even though it was only on sale for 1 week in that month. That's pretty big. FIFA,
Wrestling.
Destiny.
It's because wrestling fans are sheep.
Yeah, that could also be it. Yoshi's Woolly World, Uncharted, Nathan Drake Collection, and Rock Band 4 are all on the list. Excited to see Rock Band 4 on that list. Guitar Hero Live, even though it was on more consoles than you could shake a stick at, not on this list. So,
I think that experiment kind of failed.
I think that tells you everything you need to know. honestly.
Where's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5?
Oh, yep, you know. Well, we have to wonder no more where that Valkyria Chronicles remastered and Azure Revolution is going to be. It's going to be on PS4, and pretty much they have a description there for Azure Revolution. It's going to be apparently with the discovery of this Asher Crystal Ragonite, the powerful Rush Empire apparently achieved rapid industry. And it's going to have Amoth as the protagonist, Ophelia is going to be the heroine, and Brindler is a Valkyria. So it's still going to have the same art style, which is that beautiful like painting type look, and that's still that real-time battle system. So, yeah, and if you buy Valkyria Chronicles Remaster, you can get a demo for the new game. So,
Right on.
I'm excited. I love those games. So. I want to see more.
I only played the first one, so I can't judge.
Yeah, I played a little bit of the second one. It's okay. The first one's awesome, though. And there is a huge $80 storybook collector's edition for that Odin Spear remaster, which I can't wait for. Odin Spear was one of the best games on the PS2. I don't know if I'm going to buy the storybook edition thing, though. You get a 64-page hardcover art book, a potion recipe t-shirt, a collector's metal slipcase to hold the game, an art print, and an outer box to hold it all in one package.
Cool.
So, yeah, that's cool. Tomb Raider does have a director. I'm talking about the movie, and the director. Let's see, who is it? Why can't I scroll fast enough here? Yeah, it's Roar Uthog, who I can't think of what he's made at this point.
I don't think anything.
Yeah, but apparently The Wave is something that he was in. He's going to be the director. They're trying to get the co-writer of Transformers 5 to write the screenplay.
So, here's a question. Who do you think should be Lara Croft?
Oh, man. Why not the girl that does the mocap already?
Yep. The only two people I would like is her. Her name is Camilla Luddington. She's not British, but she can make her accent well enough for the games at least. The only other person I think would be cool would be Haley Atwell.
Yeah, she would be cool. I have a feeling they'll get somebody on the bigger scale, though, because they want that. You know, that's kind of what they did with Angelina Jolie, and that's helped sell those, at least the first one. So.
Yeah, not the second one.
Yeah, not the second one.
Remember? Maybe they'll get Daniel Craig back.
Right. Speaking of somebody coming back, though, Bryan Singer is going to come back to X-Men. He's going to direct X-Men Apocalypse. Does this make you more excited? You know, we know he was involved in the first X-Men.
No, he did 1, 2, and 6.
Yeah.
So, or 5. No, 5 and 6.
He did pretty good with those. 2 was really awesome. So.
Yeah.
And so was, the first. I haven't seen the second, the new movies.
He didn't direct First Class. He directed the next one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I haven't seen that one yet, but
it's good.
What'd you think of it?
It's good. You can tell it kind of like there's some weird editing choices, or like this like kind of cut for time. But overall, it works pretty well.
Fair enough.
And I liked James McAvoy as like Professor X as the drug addict.
Yeah, both and him and Michael Fassbender are really good. So.
I want there to be another Wanted movie.
Another Wanted movie?
Yeah. Remember he was in that?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was.
And so was Chris Evans, or so was Chris Evans, not Chris Evans, the guy who played Star-Lord.
Oh, why can't we think of him right now? He's in everything. He's in Jurassic World.
It's Pratt. That's it.
Yeah, Pratt.
Hey, but he was in Wanted for like 5 minutes. It's hilarious.
So, Mystery Science Theater 3000 made their goal. Are you gonna watch the episodes?
No, I never saw it before.
I've never seen it before either. I know it has this big old cult following. I
Yeah.
guess I have to go through and watch an episode or something.
I guess like a site like Red Letter Media kind of took over that for like a spot for me. So I would watch them like way more than I would that.
Right.
I love music. Yeah.
The only thing we have left is talking about these new releases with Star Wars Battlefront, obviously out. I don't know if I'm gonna go. I'm interested in that Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. I don't know about it yet. I'll wait to see some reviews.
That Deadpool game came out.
Yeah, the Deadpool remaster. Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I think, with a PC.
Yep.
Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, which is apparently like the same. It's not even that really great, but it's there.
If you got the game of the week though, Super Star Wars.
Yep, Super Star Wars, exactly. That's the game we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
For sure. What else? I think that's. Because we have like nothing next week, and then December 1st you get Rainbow Six Siege and
Just Cause, I think, isn't it?
And Just Cause, and that's pretty much it. Like, and that's it
and
for the rest of the year.
And that Xenoblade game.
Oh, Xenoblade game comes. Was it December 4th?
Yeah.
Let's be right on that edge. But yeah, I mean, so there we go, man. We're gonna be talking about Game of the Year pretty soon here. I gotta get all that ready again. Jeez, it's such a task in of itself. Oh, and that Devil's Third game too. Technically, will come out before the end of the year too. So
the game that no one wanted.
Yep, the game no one wanted. Exactly. So, all right. Well, until next week, everybody. Maybe, I don't know, are you going to be interested in getting that Star Wars Battlefront at all? Or
Nope.
I heard a lot of people saying that they feel like it's half a game again, just like a lot of these.
It'll be like if you're from Redbox, that's about the right time if you play it for.
If it even comes to Redbox, I haven't seen it, so. But also, Halo kind of just showed up there. It might be one of those things where Star Wars also just shows up there without having them knowing about it.
I heard it's good for like a good 12 hours, and that's all the content there is. And
and they have a huge season pass that they want you to pay for.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
All right, everybody. Well, until next week, enjoy your games, and we will be back around Wednesday, anywhere between Wednesday or Thursday. If you liked what you heard and you listen live, we are available on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, wherever there are podcasts. You can also check us out on YouTube, W2M Network. Search for that. That's there. Also on the VOC Nation Radio Network. And Spreaker is where we do this thing live, so you can check it out there as well. And follow us on Twitter at Co-op, COOP, Multi-Live. And and I'll be working on that Facebook group at some point soon here. But you can follow Marc at Humanity Plague, and you can follow me at W2M Network. So later, everybody.
Later.